What's up, my people? Today we are focusing on strength training, and I'm going to give you a little insight into how I like to train. So today we're doing something called microdosing. This is where we do a small amount of work, could be 3 to 4 exercises, but we do it more often over the week. It could be 4 to 5 sessions like that. And the reason why we do this as a combat athlete, we want to increase performance without accumulating fatigue. If you're a combat athlete, MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxing, you could be training once a day, 6 days a week. You could be training twice a day, sparring, skill training, and your body is already beat up from the training. So if you're going into the gym and doing 2 S&C sessions a week, or maybe even 3, you're doing like a 70-minute session, a 90-minute session, 6 to 8 exercises. Not only are you already beat up before the training, you go and train like that and you feel even worse after. Then the next day you've got sparring or skill training, you're going into training, you're at like 60%, you're not performing well, and then at some point what happens? You get injured. The microdosing allows us to increase our performance, whether it's strength training, power training, conditioning, without accumulating the fatigue. Small amount of work, done more often, can get huge results. So today you're going to see me doing some strength training. I'm going to do a tricep, which is 3 exercises consecutive. I've got a Romanian deadlift for the posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, upper back, switch to a flat dumbbell chest press, which is my pushing strength, horizontal push. I'm going to go for a gorilla row, which is working on my horizontal pull, my back strength. Everything is carefully formulated and all my sessions are linked together. So today is a Wednesday. My Wednesday session is linked into my Monday and my Friday session, so everything's combined. So even though I might not be getting everything I need today, over the full week, I will be getting everything I need in terms of what my body needs. We're working at 3 to 5 reps, so that's max strength work, so low volume, and it's going to be heavy weight. I really like to do this when my jiu-jitsu training is hard, like let's say I'm doing lots of sparring, lots of rounds, or I'm accumulating lots of volume throughout the week on jiu-jitsu. Then I like to come into the gym and I just like to lift heavier but lower reps, so I'm not accumulating lots of fatigue by doing high repetition stuff. All right, first one, RDL, Romanian deadlift. Whenever you're doing a Romanian deadlift, always lift from a rack. You don't want to be pulling it from the floor. Romanian deadlift starts from the top, finishes at the top. So don't waste energy picking up from the floor. Just working at 3 reps for this one. Always get the big exercise done first. So the deadlifts first. Yeah, come on. This one's going to be working at 5 reps. I got a little bit more in the tank on the press. Yeah. When you're doing your pressing and you're a combat athlete, you know, you could do a bench press like this, you can do a dumbbell press like that. I find elbows wide is great for someone who's doing bodybuilding and they want to rip and tear up the chest. But if you're doing it for combat sports and you want it to transfer over to performance, then I'd rather keep my elbows tucked in so I develop a little bit more tricep strength, because then that will transfer over to the push, the punch, the grappling positions, the punching positions. So little tweaks make a big difference. So you get into that nice hinge position, hips high, it's kind of like, looks like a deadlift, sumo deadlift. So very, very similar to if you're in grappling positions, wrestling positions, playing on top in jiu-jitsu, MMA. Yeah, 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 yeah. That one's 4 reps each side. That's the tricep, 3 exercises consecutive, done in a circuit. I'll probably do, because there's only 3 exercises and the reps are low, I could do up to like 6 to 8 sets on this one. 2-minute rest between sets. Make sure you fully recover, because we're strength training. If you're building muscle, doing hypertrophy work, then shorter rest periods works well, so that you're accumulating fatigue before your next set. That's it, guys. Here's a little insight into how I do my microdosing strength training between all my jiu-jitsu sessions. Whoosh!